Okay, hola all, welcome back to Soul Mechanics. As you can see, I'm wandering about. That's because I wanted to, what you will have just seen is a question posted in one of the network groups by someone I presume must be new to the group, asking the question in the manner that he did. So to that guy, Rafael I think his name is, hello, very nice to sort of meet you, I guess. I wanted to respond to his question on the spot, as I don't really have the time to go get set up, so obviously this video will be lacking some of the elements that we usually have. However, it should be a pretty informative one. That the question that he asked is actually pretty important, considering that we really do need to get this down pat and have an understanding of this, which it's just all garbled up in our understanding. Most people don't have the first clue as to what they're talking about where it comes to this. Now, Scientology, we'll hit that one first. Scientology is a cult. That's all they are. They're another cult that actually managed to make it big, largely because they're also a scam. They're not just a cult in the sense that they're, collecting followers and actually believing in whatever it is that they seem to believe in. I think that Scientology believes in, their belief system is that there are aliens, actual aliens, inhabiting some kind of another dimension, which is the wrong term to begin with. As I said, they're a scam. They are, in fact, obviously lying. It's an easy spot. They're bullshitting you. I'm sure that some of their members believe what they're pushing, but the higher-ups very obviously do not believe it. They made this up as a scam to scam people out of money. That's their primary intention. They're making money off of this. They believe in the works of this dude, L. Ron Hubbard. Again, as I was saying, he wrote, his writing promotes the belief system that there are aliens existing in some other world, another dimension, as I'm sure they'll refer to it, which is wrong again. But these aliens inhabit you somehow, like they infest you. I guess you're kind of possessed by them, and Scientology will do like readings with actual machinery to assess what aliens are inhabiting you in what way and remove them. Now, the thing about Scientology, the fun thing, is that they're not wrong. I mean, they're a scam, they're lying, but they're actually pretty close to the truth. The fact of the matter is that it's not aliens. I mean, that's really far-fetched and out of this. It's literally out of this world, and the reasoning for that is because it's catchy. As I said, it's a scam. It's a scam to take your money. So they have this catchy inference with aliens, and it's interesting, people are into that. It's going to catch people's attention, and it's bullshit. However, what there actually are in the psyche are fractured personalities, myriads of pieces of your personality, our collective personality, that present as values in your system. And these values do in fact affect the manner in which you perceive reality and affect the way that you create reality. So assessing what values you do have in your system and what values are best to keep, or what values are best to remove, or what values, illuminating values is, in a sense, enlightening you so that you know what values present in your system and how to manage them properly. Like I said, some you'll want to remove, some are broken. There are various pieces of your psyche that you could benefit from managing properly, and assessing this. What they do is they call it, oh man, I forgot what they call it. It's actually, it's a monetary term. It's actually like a term that's used with the IRS to assess your monetary value or something. I can't remember what it's called at the moment, but they do this process for reading you and assessing what aliens are inhabiting you, and then they charge a certain amount of money to remove them, which they likely actually do not. But in psychiatry and psychology, unified with a very simple sense of spirituality, this is in fact what we are dealing with. And the initiative deals with this directly, we know how to assess these values, spotters know how to assess these values and how to manage them. So if you do wish to pursue that, we will do that for you absolutely free of charge. I'll do that for you personally if you want. It's not even really difficult, but Scientology will convince you that it's aliens, and they will scam you out of your money for these readings. Now, that's them. They're a cult. They're a scam cult. That's all they are. So, moving on to the Freemasons, I don't know a whole hell of a lot about them. It's obscure to me. We have members in the foundation who are very familiar with that, and they can give you the rundown on what the Freemasons are. But from what I understand, they're just like a union, like a working class union, and they have kind of like a secret society level sort of philosophy or philosophical methodology, wherein they have levels leading up to the 33rd ranking, I guess, where they divulge certain informations to you based on your level, and it's kind of like another cult, but at face value, the Freemasons are just working class union with their own little philosophy. Nothing big. They're not running the world. They're just a society like any other. They're kind of a cult, though. That really all of these are cultist influences to some extent, except for the Illuminati. The Illuminati is the origins of the initiative, the real Illuminati. They were a group of students, I believe, college students at one point academics. We didn't really have colleges back then, I don't think. Or maybe we did, I don't know. But it was a group of academics who gathered together and decided, after they ran through everything and they came to a collective understanding, a basic understanding of what was actually going on regarding spirituality, science, religion, all of that, they decided that they were going to work on dethroning figures of authority that were abusing their power. Essentially, they fought against bad guys who were in power, tyrants, kings that were abusing their people, governments that were abusing their societies. The Illuminati worked to provide information that would be enlightening to the people, whilst working as a kind of a revolutionary group to bring down the tyrants, the dictators in control. They were the initiative, essentially. They were like an underground movement with their own understanding, but I do believe the Illuminati did have a kind of a strange understanding that didn't really fit with ours, and I believe there were racist elements to it, but for the most part they were the origins of the initiative. We don't agree with them entirely, and in fact the Illuminati no longer exists. Insofar as we can tell, the Illuminati is no longer in play at all, the real Illuminati, but there are groups behind the scenes running the media that have used the title Illuminati. They present the Illuminati title as a kind of a farce, essentially sort of making fun of this underground group because they won. They had operatives of the Illuminati kind of broke off into their own factions and sold out to the media and to the government, started working with the bad guys, so to speak, and that's how we came to the actual Illuminati was flushed out. If they do exist, we don't know where they are. They're very scattered, and they have no resources. So essentially the initiative and our outlets, the factions that are building up in the network, we are what remains of the Illuminati. Again, we don't entirely agree with their original ideologies, but that is the case. And the people claiming to be the Illuminati, or what's presented to you as the Illuminati in modern times in the media, is bullshit. It's a farce. It's pretty much assholes running the government, running the show, who are kind of making fun of what the Illuminati used to be, and then using it as a tool to kind of distract you and make you think, like, the first thing you want to do is not believe that there is any Illuminati behind the show. The only Illuminati that remains is us, and you're a part of it. So, there you go. You are the Illuminati, really. And then there's, what was the last one? Satanism. Satanism is just another cult. It's just another bullshit, stupid cult, but this one's an offshoot outlet of Christianity. Obviously, Catholicism came up with the concept of a devil, came up with the concept of Satan, presented that later on, very sneakily kind of added it to their doctrines, making it seem as though there was a Satan in the Bible, but there wasn't. There actually never was a Satan in the Bible. That's made up by the Catholics, just boogeyman in the closet bullshit. They came up with it along with the idea of hell just to scare people, and they added that to their version of the Bible, and they'll claim that it was originally written in the Bible, but it wasn't. So Satanism is pretty much just like like the Scientology. They're a fictitious cult. They're a group of people worshiping a fictional Satan and pretending that they have ties to the devil and demons, where in fact they're just crazy, really. So that's that. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll try to get into this topic later on more, but that's the gist of it, really. That's all you really need to know, because I mean, you don't really want to be focused on these ideas. Scientology, Freemasons, they're all just cultist influences. They don't matter. We really need to be focused on helping our people, working together, coordinating our factions and outlets, and making a solid difference in fighting against division itself, bringing people together, working to motivate and inspire each other, and just do good in the world. These groups that you're thinking of, they're non-consequential. We really need to stop. Just ignore them. They're distractions. So there you have it. Thank you all for watching. Kila Salai, WNECRE. Namaste.